Before we get started, there are two ways to watch this video. The first is to simply let it play, and then you'll get the benefit of our extremely insightful commentary and banter between the bosses. The other way, if you don't care about that, or you're only interested in one boss in particular, for example, is to use this title screen and the links provided to simply skip to that part of the video. Whichever method you choose, I hope this is vaguely useful, or informative, or any of those other words. Either way, enjoy. So I'm just going to hit record for the loading screen right there, having missed that commentary, and wait for your
That's a damn
response.
shame. That's a crying shame. Usually we have such entertaining commentary going on as we start the videos.
Or somebody singing. I just want to sing
That
Total
wasn't me.
Eclipse of the Heart again. I don't know why. I just keep wanting... Oh, it's bad. Okay. Vals, some of what I'll be saying is also to you.
Well, welcome to Arceus run of Hell Eternal for Elite.
Awesome. We've got a couple of first timers. This should be fun. This instance I adore. The last boss is probably currently my favorite in the game that I've gotten to experience at least. Really great fun.
Oh, let's hold up a bit and wait for the rest of the members.
Wait, look, lore? Lore? Oh, lore. Okay guys,
As we said before in previous videos, lore is what this game is all about. Lore and titles, you know, the instances are a bad addition,
Yeah.
but you know.
most important part of the game right here. Okay guys, instance done, let's go. Oh, you want to kill some stuff? Okay then. So, trash is kind of fun. That guy right there, he'll spawn you some ads. You also want to tank them. That's a good tip for any situation. Also tank the ads. I'll just take my hand off the keyboard to scratch my nose. It's fine.
I heard you starting with the letter N, and I was like, what is he gonna scratch?
Oh, good news. It detargeted the tank and targeted me instead. Seriously. Broken interface. I should just get in the habit of using the F keys, but honestly I never did. I had them bound to something else in other MMOs. But unfortunately I can't keybind pots or anything in this game because, you know, that would just make it good. Irony with this guy, your instinct is to hit the big guy, like everybody is doing right now. The little guys are actually more dangerous. People really trying to die here.
I just didn't attack him because otherwise I would have killed myself because he was reflecting damage.
Yep.
Where it has been wounded, caustic antibodies escape.
Did you cover the shield ability next?
Nope. They reflect damage sometimes. You should have the brains to figure out when that's happening.
This is the first instance that it's apparent on.
Whoa, Dave? What got you? You just gave up on life, man.
He just exploded in front of my eyes.
Wow. Careful. You can develop lazy eye.
There's not a single tick of damage on my combat counter.
It is likely purgeable. We should try that, in fact. Somebody wants to just pop it on their bars at some point. I just let somebody die because... Sorry, dude.
Thought you were my bro.
Alright, this boss. Pretty much all he does is an AoE knockbacky thing. When I saw the fire pits at the side first time in here, I was convinced that he was going to spawn ads and they were just going to come advancing up. That might even be a nightmare feature of this boss when they release that dungeon, so if ads come out of the fire, then I so called that, and I'm amazing. If not, then It was a nice fort. I could have been right, etc. So yeah, pretty much all you want to do is avoid the AoE, and that's it, really.
Then you win and you get candy.
Yeah, I can't think
I
of
like
anything else
candy.
that he did. But every dungeon kind of starts you off very, very slowly. It assumes you're mentally retarded. I chose a very bad moment to say that. Ah yes, tank focused AoE. So get out of that. And apparently the AoE will one-shot DPS, the knockback AoE. The tank, it will knock you back, but in Valis' case, into that blue wall. If you're tanking it off over here, it will knock you into the fire. Which is not something you would appreciate. We think of a good song to have a sing-along. Make Valis leave the raid call.
Trivium Ascendancy.
Can we come up with something cheesy in 80s? Something that requires a big hairdo before you're legally allowed to sing it?
Oh wow. Like Charles and Eddie.
Never gonna
Oh, I know. I know exactly. Informer by Snow.
I believe those foundations, old growth, have escaped the attention of our invaders.
I can do a mean version of Hold the Line on karaoke, but I'm not doing it right now. Of course I say that, but apparently I also do a mean version of I'm Just a Girl by No Doubt.
I worry. Okay.
The most irksome boss in the game.
Yeah, so I've commented before that bosses had a run like a bitch phase to them. This boss, his entire mechanic is run like a bitch.
And he cannot be hindered and he cannot be impaired. Fantastic. And he also has a very
Actually, if you time it just right, you can get some sneaky stuff on, but we're talking heartbeat reaction here. So essentially, this guy runs away, and he will run to various points and start getting a buff on him. In fact, I'll just select that so you can see it. That's not it. I think he'll start now.
he also has a damage reflector which is almost 100%, so DPS you can one-shot yourself.
So if he has any now, there we go. Arcane energy, blah blah blah. Well, pause the video if you wanted to read the tooltip. Anyway, that's what that does. So you want to get to him before he gets too many stacks. And put an end to his stackiness.
He shouldn't be moving this quickly, just so you know. Our DPS is quite insane right at this point in time.
Well, some of our DPSs, I have no idea where I was going with that sentence, to be honest.
I was waiting for a compliment, but clearly not.
I was going to say that you went to DPS camp. It's designed for ages 6 and up. But yeah. You know, sometimes your brain goes blank mid-sentence.
Yes, but it's not necessarily a very good thing to do when you're recording.
Too right? Normally I could just pause it, but I think people might notice.
I think 1,676 DPS seems just fine.
Yep, so ladies and gentlemen, if you want to succeed in this game, develop Epine. And make sure you can back it up by justifying the Epine.
You justify the EP in this game with lore. We've discussed this.
Yes, the more lore you have, the bigger your in-game penis is. Even if you're playing a female character. Like every
I was
guy
about
here
to-
is.
Well, what's the theory on playing with female characters when you're a guy?
Well, when you play an MMORPG, which stands for Many Men Online Role-Playing Girls, you are a guy who rolls a female character, and essentially you try to make it like your dream girl. It's the girl that you wouldn't like to marry because you're not the marriage type, but you would like to see her naked. You wouldn't be able to touch her because it would end a lot like the Lonely Island song. I can't sprint. Oh, there we go.
The theory is we create characters which we'd like to watch for the better part of, I don't know, 1,000 in-game hours.
1,000 in-game hours. Not that much. Do you want depressing?
That's not a lot.
Okay. No deaths, no deaths, no deaths, no deaths. I'm not going to allow you. Yeah. Pre-expansion World of Warcraft. I somehow managed to clock up more than a year of in-game time amongst my various tunes. True story. How's that for pretty terrifying?
That's when I quit playing WoW.
Oh. Well, I've only got 9 days, 3 hours. Okay. Oh. Vals, do you not know the tactics for this one, tank-wise? Large pause while we wait for the type response. Okay, essentially, this boss has an immunity shield. You will not even be able to taunt this in any way. So what I'm probably going to do is use heal aggro to pull it across. Right, you got to kite him into the water, and there's one pool right here that you can just see. That will remove the shield. Ads will spawn out of the center and come for the boss, which you want to kill. Unless you reach a certain point, in which case you may as well just let him get the shield again, which happens when he reaches 100 on the stack, and then drop it again using another pool of water. You can kite him around the edge, and that makes everything feel better. That's really about it. Just drop the shield using the water, kill the ads, and kite the boss. He hits like a mother trucker, like a truck, with a tactical nuke strapped to the front, being dropped from extreme height on your face. A tip for the tanks, you can dodge the melee swings if you have very, very sharp snap reactions. I probably am exaggerating, because you've got nightmare tank gear, and I certainly didn't when I first did this. If you're lesser geared,
These
it will
foundries
hurt you.
cast our future, but
So?
they are turned on us. Release this molten-skinned Forge Master.
Phallus goes in, I should get the aggros. And into the water he goes. Extreme frame rate lag. Wouldn't like to tell you why.
Happens with this boss.
Yeah, it's not very nice when
Fortunately.
I'm recording. Well, it's because I'm recording, I don't get it otherwise. Yeah, he'll also do that AoE, which is easily avoidable. Spreads out his lava. I'm pretty sure he has a cleave, so I do not want to be stood there, but it's hard to get out. And yeah, you can just tank him in a puddle if you're confident enough. We probably should only have one person on the ads. Unless you're playing that game where you focus the ads down quick to get everybody on the boss. Let me just check my combat
Were you also
log.
out of that?
Yeah, combat log to figure out what the hell just got me, because I was lagging something freaking awful. I guess I got an invisible AoE patch or an AoE patch I didn't even see.
Cobras and Flames. 4161.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the AoE. I didn't make it out.
I didn't even see it. Like I said, I got some horrific frame rate drop because I was recording. Yeah, I don't usually drop on that at all.
Yeah, no, it's strange. Sometimes on the first pull he does that, and then from then on it'll be absolutely perfect.
Well, no, I mean, I know
It's
I
inexplicable.
drop to about 30 ms fluctuating when I'm recording and just recording, but if I'm doing it normally, I don't drop below about 40, 35 maybe, during the fight. Ah, well. You've got pretty good sideways mobility here. Things like Art of War do penetrate this guy's shield, if you're wondering. So you can use that if your healer's a bit of a dope and doesn't position themselves very well. Because you cannot get regular aggro until the shield is down. You cannot hit it. It's only special effects that get through to it. So, you know, like green screening in a spaceship, lasers, explosions, those kind of things. Those will get you aggro. That was a helpful tip, right?
Yep.
Use CG lasers. Where's this goon?
As a motivation as to why you must kill the ads really quickly, his shield ability is basically based on the amount of ads which get...
I covered that before the first pull.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's something like 10 per stack, I think, or 10 per ad, rather,
Yes.
on the stack. When he reaches 100, the shield will go back up. To deal with that, you just guide him to another water patch. It's quite simple. Okay, 60, let the shield go up and get over here.
Yeah.
Hypo, dude.
Yeah, thanks.
Apparently something called Cauterizing Flames just hit me for 3,500 damage.
I saw you run right into it. I'm not actually getting the FPS drop this time, so...
I didn't see anything strange.
Right, I think if you're getting FPS drops, that's what's doing it. Wow. Okay. Blowing that, blowing that, blowing that. Whatever you are doing to keep the ads off the boss, it's actually miraculous.
You're welcome.
He's got skills, yo.
Dude, group DPS is my speciality.
He's got skills with a yo-yo, people. Okay,
Well done.
that's that boss. And apparently,
That was pretty smooth other than me exploding.
even a nightmare geared tank will take a shit ton of damage from that. Because at times that was actually quite difficult to heal. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if there's much more we can say about that, really. I almost want to take that just because I gain 6 crit rating, but I can't be bothered. It's not really worth that much to me.
Is it? Is it really?
Oh, by the way, the center is fire. If you stand in it, you'll take damage. Just in case that much wasn't obvious by this point in the game.
Why don't you show the folks how?
Well, I showed him how to run through it like a baller.
Yeah, my sprint isn't enabling, so I'm kind of slow here.
It's okay, man. We weren't all born to be smart.
Bye. I
Somebody...
think my cleave is doing damage.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you were taking more damage than Valis was. I had to switch to you there and spam heal.
Yeah, duly noted for DPS with AoE dots or cleave attacks. If you happen to have one of those guys with a reflection barrier around them, you're gonna get screwed up.
I counsel evasion,
Yeah.
not just for your sake.
Okay, so
Too many profound
here,
creatures have
you want to
already
avoid
been
all the
lost.
ads. I was good at this. Hey, here's an ad. This one you can't really avoid, but it's the best route to go.
I may have crit. Thank you for keeping me alive, Max. I appreciate it.
I gotta be honest, when you watch this, you'll realize I was not really focusing you. I was switching around everybody, and I probably should have given you more care.
So yeah, the truth comes out.
Well, it's what I do. I heal switch a lot. It's part of why I'm so irritated by this interface. It's really counterintuitive to how I heal.
Good thing that's the healer UI. Oh wait.
Yeah. In fact, I'm gonna enable mouse overs. That's always how I did it. I'm over here.
That sounds effeminate.
Yeah. So, you go around that way, huh? How weird. Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, I usually just pull that dude. Take it like a man. I'm gonna put down this because inevitably everybody will start one-shotting themselves. Or attempting to. A succubus bitch over there that you can see? Or just saw the tail end of? We're doing it. Keep balling. Did I mention that today's run is a full run of Caballas? That's the technical term for
Is that the new term?
Cabal
Is that new term? Ah, fantastic.
Now, this boss is a jerk. And for Velas's note, everybody wants to take it casual on the fret at the start. We're going to want to kite out and to the left here. The best time to go is just after the ads have met in the center and split, though sometimes they don't go, they don't accommodate you. Periodically, she has this charge effect. She also glows up yellow. And it's kind of a channeled thing. It'll charge up the alarms, and the location that she starts that from is where the ads they'll just start running. Basically, you want to kite and get the hell away. There's a path to do it in. I'm going to try to convey this as we go, and yeah, that's more or less it. Really, it cannot be interrupted.
Yeah.
We tested in pair. She just resists, which we're fairly sure is a 100% immunity check in this game.
The only thing you can interrupt this is a charge, but you should actually just be using a charge to get it to move as much as possible when you trying to cut it around.
This is about when we should go, and we want to follow this ad around on his path.
The power relay. Our enemy could
Okay,
choose no more
apparently the alarm just set off straight away.
advantage point.
Don't want to be in that AoE. You ain't gonna have a good time.
Well, that's what happens when...
And these things also cleave. Well, that's the charge. We're down to 1 DPS. Uncomfortable. The ads take a long time in themselves to kill, so I don't think I'd even recommend doing that. I'd say just heal through it in the event you pull one. Which is exactly why we totally deliberately just pulled this ad. Yes! Yes! Okay,
I thought that was apparent from the get-go.
I know, right? Some people might have been
See,
confused.
we like to show you the full experience, not only the good times. This is what happens when it goes wrong.
So is that why there's two of them?
I say wrong, I mean otherwise.
Oh, Valis, you're outranging me. Bad time. Yeah, we pulled additional ads to show you healing like a boss. Can I get a run of that?
What exactly would you like to run off?
Healing Valis! And then you add. See, you're bad at this game. I just invented it and didn't explain the rules, but you're bad at it.
I apologize profusely. All I want to do is make you happy.
Duly noted, but I think you have a beard.
I hope so.
What type of beard are you talking about?
Yeah, it's quite an ambiguous term.
Hang on, I shouldn't even be talking at this point. If you guys want to fill in the gaps, I'm... Okay.
Getting into a situation like this, ideally what DPS needs to do is get range DPS up,
We got another friend.
Fuck!
and they pull the third one.
Wow. That just went to super hard mode.
So what I was saying was range DPS as much as possible and just try to survive. Try.
Wow.
Do we even want to tell him how much health was left?
No.
Yes. Tell me.
Like 9,000.
Oh, that's painful.
Let me just say that I practically just popped my carotid artery pulling those heals out.
As long as you didn't get veins in your eyes popping out and shit like that, you're alright.
Valis, I think you should start doing a picture-in-picture so we can see your expressions.
Actually, due to a surprising lack of sleep, I quite frequently have veins in my eyes rupture.
Surprising lack of sleep?
Surprisingly due to. Okay, okay, one's just around this corner here. The other one should probably turn around, I think.
Just dick swap real quick from Valis.
Yeah, you know what? Illusion wasn't even a problem at all. Considering I just managed to pull off healing through 2 ads and the boss, until the 3rd ad came and raped me.
Well, ideally we wouldn't want to actually pull it.
No, ideally you don't want the ads at all. This is where we want to be going, more or less. Let's make sure that
Just wait. Okay, now you can go.
go. Okay, and down this path behind the ad. Take it easy on the threat because Valis needs to move and can't necessarily get her. Succubus are always very
Easy.
accommodating. You were not in that charge effect. I saw your position.
No, I wasn't.
Because I was about to comment, this is what a good group looks like, as they all split flawlessly around the charge, instantly. There is the yellow alert going off. The ads will speed up, so we want to kite. Mostly, as Valis is doing, you want to use line of sight, not pull aggro. Damn. Like I said, careful with the aggro because it's very easy for the tank to lose it on this fight. You're concentrating on kiting. Which is why the first time I was in here I was very reluctant to concede that kiting was what we had to do. I really didn't want to go through the stress of it. I've got a system now. It's a shame that I don't actually get to kite it. Because I've kind of figured out the sweet spot for it and it's hard to convey. Alright.
So would you suggest DPS using like a subtlety out of this miscellaneous tree?
Subtlety would be good, yeah, or some kind of very immediate aggro drop. And yeah, the ads do not despawn unless they've changed that, so you have to loot and run. And here's the next set. We're just gonna wait for those who I couldn't heal because I was line-of-sighted to catch up. Oh, look. Ha! There's the thing you get when you've completed facility. Thank God I turned that in. I'll quickly run over this one. This is another council-style boss. Each of these has 3 abilities, which they unlock as each of them dies. They will all start off with one. I don't know. What? Oh. Okay, it's reset. Good. You and your friends, man. I mean, I don't mind them coming over, but they kind of make a mess of the place. Right, so Xenodude, I do not know what his other 2 abilities are. His initial all-free ability is that he will place shields on the other 2. So what I've tended to do is kill him first, and then other abilities unlock on the others, but they are no longer shielded. The little pig one does heals, and that one that I just targeted, Iscariot! Yeah. He's got a really pointy head, and he takes out the fact that he's really embarrassed about that by beating the shit out of you. If he's left until last, he gets a massive damage buff on you, and he beats the crap out of you. The little one starts shielding, healing, and is incredibly hard to kill.
So
Kill
just
order.
list the names in official order.
Kill order I'm about to go over first, and pretty much we can charge in while I'm talking about this. We take down the guy with the hammer, single target. You can AoE down the others. The second thing we want to do is to actually DPS the other two down to below 10%, preferably 5%. And that will make it much easier at the end, because then you can just rush them both down, and it's less risk to your group. That's at least what I concluded after experimenting with these a little bit. Obviously adapt. So, one thing that I believe its pointy head does is he will target a group member, he will put a fire buff, debuff on them. You need to keep moving until the fire stops spreading. If you stand still, you will die. No healer can heal through it. Like, I don't.
It's a channeled
care.
ability, so it's really easy to watch.
Yeah.
Like at the moment, it's on Zez.
And that's
Francis.
what happens when you stand still. Okay.
AoE.
Yep, so Hammer Dude is actually down. You can totally tell, right? And its little bitch gets the AoE ability. Oh, look out for the fire, look out for the fire. Don't stand in my fire. So I'm trying to keep range and heal and run at the same time. So that's how the fire looks. Ideally,
DPS pretty much needs to take turns grinding each of these bosses down slowly so you can get them to that nice 5% health.
unless you've got solid AoE DPS that uniform. Oh crap! So that's how it looks like when I stand in the fire, because I'm about to talk about AoE DPS being able to uniformly bring them down. Humiliating.
And despite my blood abilities, I do not have a spare heal.
You might be okay. Bring Iscariot down. Dave, keep running. Let's get a feed on that. Okay, hit the little pig guy up, smash him, zerg him down fast. If you have any hope of doing this, you need to do it hard and fast. Like, don't even start out slow and steady, guys. Jump straight to the climax. More sexual references than you could shake your dick at. Okay, so if that wasn't for my not quite paying attention, that would have been fine. It's like I always say, the moment you hit record, you completely and totally forget how to play all games. Don't run that way. Okay, I got cornered. Can I pull this off? No. Okay, whatever. We'll just wait for the slow ass to move. He should have been further around the corner, basically. And I was convinced he would be.
It's like playing Pac-Man, it's awesome.
You can outrun these guys.
No, you can't. Don't lie to me, man.
You really can, I just did.
You really, really can.
But you're a Kenyan.
You might not be able to outrun two of
South
them,
African,
but you
there's a big
can one.
difference.
They should reset on the barrier, but...
They do. First they scare the hell out of you, then they reset.
And be sure, don't run too far into this room because you will pull them.
Yeah, dude,
They
I
have
mean,
quite a big aggro range.
I don't ever trust that because they can't even make your gear work properly on the gear manager. Aggro? Yeah. Wait, did you just mark that? Really? 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 This is my really face. Really? Right. Let's do it. Let's hit the guy with a little but I think he's Templar.
Can we just kill Brutus already?
Snap snap, honey. Yep. Let's do it right. Let's keep mobile. Let's not die in the fire. And I'll focus up. If you guys want to take over, be my guest. On the vocals.
Not much else to say, really.
Well, this is that nice little shield ability Brutus applies to his two friends, or brothers, whatever they are.
Oh, I should look
Pretty
at that.
much impossible to damage against.
It reduces damage dealt to them by 50%, which obviously is something you want to get rid of. That's a pain in the ass.
That's why we kill Brutus first.
In fact, here's some crit. Enjoy.
Now
He
you'll
is breaching.
see.
And breaching.
Fire. On moi. I reacted amazingly that time. And yeah, what you ideally want to do is to run it as close to the edge as possible so as to not make it a nuisance for everybody else. DPS can usually get away with that a bit easier than the healer, because obviously the healer needs to maintain certain things to be doing their job. DPS, yes, you need to maintain your DPS, but at the end of the day, your group isn't going to wipe if you take a 2-second break.
Yeah, you'll lose your effectivity for a short period of time, but it's not going to be a train smash. I mean, you can see the timer on the flame as well. Just make sure you're close to home when you're done.
So, I'm sure I mentioned the little pig guy heals. I hate his face.
And Healy's got flame again.
Okay, the little guy's down. So, at this point, the guy becomes a bit of an issue. Pretty much just rush him. I got totaled. I'm going to check what to, because that's going to be important.
5,000.
No, I mean exactly what the ability was. Shadow in the blood. Yeah. Either way, we've done enough to make sure they died there, so I'm going to catch up to the group, and we're going to see the last boss, who is currently probably my favorite. Period. Actually. Period.
Yeah, they fixed this bug.
What bug? In the whole game? That I've experienced so far, I'm pretty sure, yeah, he's got the most interesting mix of abilities.
Can I ask you to take a minute to please look at the character model of this boss? Just look down next. Just look down.
Which one?
Right next to you.
I don't understand.
Is there no model standing right where I am?
No, he's flat on his face.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Give me my money, man!
I've added it to my screenshots for you.
I needed to buy things.
Go. We shall meet at the summit, I trust.
As a matter of fact, as a point in turn, I think money is probably one of the most useless things in this game. The only thing I've spent it on is my sprint. Well, then, yeah, then again, the trade post just opened up, so maybe I can use it again. Maybe.
Okay, so this cutscene will occasionally bug out, much like the one in Darkness War. If you type reload UI, it will work again, it'll get you out of it. Okay, so we're gonna fight a big naked white dude.
How very human. Unable
He's
to
Prometheus.
accept an invitation to your own autopsy.
Strat,
Your race.
go in,
Do
hit him in the
it
face,
yourself.
adapt dynamically.
I'm simply ushering you over the cusp of incident.
Avoid the DPS. Avoid the AoE.
Red Hell's army.
So there's some really sweet tricks I've got to this. I'm gonna have to remember them on the fly.
You
It's
don't belong
been
here.
a little while since I was in here last.
Talking.
Enough. It is beyond enough. We end this in ashes or as ashes.
Each time
So
we
dramatic.
force you apes back down the evolutionary
I
path,
want to be naked.
an angel gets its black wing.
Of course, this is the guy that complained the most about Dr. Manhattan in the Watchmen movie, because not only was Dr. Manhattan reasonably well endowed, this guy is a eunuch. So number 1, face him away from the group. He does something with a chargey thing that puts an AoE effect on everybody hit by it. The wings are just there to look awesome, and I wish I could loot them. He'll also... there. It's his AoE patches, which will start exploding and burn persistently, so you don't want to be stood in those. There's the charge, there's the target focused AoE, target centered. So that's what that looks like.
Which even a basic DPS build can survive.
Yeah, so long as you don't explode on each other. It's why you do not want to be in front of the boss. He's supposed to drain somebody down to 1 health. I don't see anybody down at 1 health, so it does bug sometimes. It's a visual thing. Okay, this part he will pull you into the center. If you stand behind, like line of sight it behind the pillar, you won't fall on your ass when you come in, so you can get some extra DPS time. Here, he does that sideways AoE. There's also rotating circles that hurt you, and he will do a cast AoE that takes up most of the area. This, you want to get out of that. If you get hit by it, you get knocked out of the circle. That is not good. It really hurts out there. As Dave just demonstrated to us by running out. Very slightly.
I did not go out.
Oh, did you hit a circle?
No.
Okay.
Mine hasn't changed at all.
You dropped really low on mine.
Not on mine.
Weird. Seriously weird.
More bugs.
Yeah, right?
No, there wouldn't be bugs here.
Breaching shot after the AoE phase here. Here we go.
Save it for the next phase.
This. What?
Save it for now.
So he just mixed phased us where he put down an AoE and then pulled us into it, which is useless.
Solar collapse. Isn't that...
That's his AoE, which he pulled us into.
No, wasn't that the soft enrage timer for those
Yep.
phases? So broken.
So I just checked again, and I did not take any damage previously when you assumed I'd almost died.
I'm so confused right now.
It wasn't assumed. Your health was low. That's not
I
even argue
believe
about
you.
it. Don't use the word assume, dude. I go by what I can see on my screen. See,
I never said you
information
assumed. I'm saying
It is.
TSW assumed.
Okay.
It assumed, not you.
They might get this down. The third phase, the bubble doesn't exist on the edge, but it's a lot of the same stuff. They've managed to take it down. That's good. So we don't have to do a repeat. What I was saying about him pulling you in, when the beams are on you, if you line of sight behind the pillars, it will cause you to come in, but you'll still be stood up and fully able to act. Oh look, a cutscene that I can't skip.
Skipped.
Yeah, it's broken. I have no control over my character, but I'm in. Wow, that was so messed up. I'm gonna skip that just because it's broken. Yeah. So if you line of sight behind one of these, basically when it pulls you in, you are stood up, not on your ass. You're able to react and get some extra damage in. Guess Valis is watching the cutscene. He's bad at this game. Wow. An occult talisman with heal rating. That is really special needs.
Guys, mind if I need the pistols?
Not at all.
Go for it.
Oh, I could so
Going.
stealing them though.
Going. Gone.
That was a loot discussion. See how much we really care. Cause, yeah, loot's loot. Whatever. Gear can be looted, the player cannot. And on that note, see you later, people.